Call Allah Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakal Kadash. Sue this word in you calls God and Jesus Christ and the ancient Palo Hebrew tongues. Brother Anatham Yah from the men of Israel. I want to give double honors to the elders, my apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. A big shout out to the elder men of Israel, Brother Kazak, whom I teach under. And Shalom to the overflow elect. I'm just get straight into it. This is Proverbs 15:31. It says, "The ear that heareth the reproof of life abideth among the wise." Right? And what is the reproof of life? What could be the ultimate reproof of life? Ultimate reproof of life could be turning from your wicked ways and returning back to these scriptures, coming back to your heritage, come back to these lost statutes and commandments that our people have forgotten about or don't even know that we are supposed to be abiding amongst these commandments, man, to the best of our abilities in the land of our captivity. When you see brothers out here on the corners, on the highways and byways that are preaching, preaching the gospel and warning our people of the sad times that's coming in the scriptures. The evil times is coming, the day of wrath, Jacob's trouble, the MOTB. This is a way of reproving. We're here to teach and instruct our people of what's to come from on high, man, from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. And it says, "He that refuseth instruction despiseth his own soul, but he that heareth reproof getteth understanding." And Shalak. He that refuses instruction despiseth his own soul, man. A lot of brothers refuse counsel, refuse instruction, man. And, ultimately it leads to them going off, or falling out of the truth, which, that's not something you want, man. And to refuse counsel from the Most High, man, it's despising your own soul, man. You basically condemning yourself, man. Especially when you've came into this truth and you know what this thing is about, how serious it is, and you have the understanding, the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the scriptures. He said, "But he that heareth reproof," meaning he that is corrected, he that is reproof and understood the cause and effect and whatever that may be broken down before him, he gets what? He gets understanding. You see? He gets understanding, man. But you gotta understand that coming into this thing, this is not going to be a light thing as well, man. It's going to be trials and tribulations. It's going to be, affliction. But you gotta stay amongst the wise, man. And you gotta continue having that spiritual ear as well, man. You gotta continue to have that spiritual ear and that spiritual discernment to know how to make the right decisions, man. Because you don't make the right decisions, you end up being caught up in a bunch of afflictions, man. That you could have probably prevented if you would have made a wise decision. So we always gotta abide amongst the wise, man. There's another precept where it says, hold on, this in I think it's in the Apocrypha. Like I said, you're supposed to stay amongst the wise, stay amongst the council, and keep having that spiritual ear, and then maybe you can apply some of these things, and your walk will begin to change, man. This is Sirach 6:32. It says, "My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught, and if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. Meaning thou shalt be in the place of understanding. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow thine ear, having that spiritual ear, thou shalt be wise, man. If you bow thine ear, meaning that you're taking heed of what you're listening to, man. Anybody can hear and let it come out one ear out of another, but when you bow down your ear, it's almost like you're humbling down a bit, you know. You know, you sitting back and just listening. You know, you shutting up and listening and soaking everything in, you know. He said, I'm a little under the weather, man. It's a lot. He said, if thou bow thy ear, thou shalt be wise. Stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise. You know? Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear thy steps, where the steps of his door. Meaning, you know, stay close to that man, follow that man, take heed to that man. Basically telling you don't, wherever he go, you go, you know. It says, let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord, and meditate continually his commandments, and he shall establish thine heart, and give thee wisdom at thine own desire. See, but you have to stay amongst the wise counsel. You have to take heed. You have to be willing to hear, willing to be taught, willing to apply thy mind. And then the Lord might add all these things to you, man. You know, he will add the rest. The Lord will do his part after. You know, all these things are, everything is written for our learning, roughly paraphrasing as it says in Romans. So anything in this book is beneficial for us to know. You know, for the times that we coming ahead, and for just having wisdom and knowledge. You know, this is the wisdom of the Most High, man. It's a lot. Let me see. You know, and that's why, like, when you're in this walk, you have to understand that we're only suffering because Yahweh Shai suffered. So we're gonna take these light afflictions, you know, but they're only but for a moment. But it's to get us through a very detrimental time that's coming. You know, the evil days, the day of wrath, the Jacob's trouble. You know. So, like, and we all know that when the Lord corrects or reproves, you know, he chastens, means he dealing with you, man. You know? Because what does it say? Whom the Lord chastens? Let me see. Okay. Hebrews 12:6 says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourge every son whom he receiveth. And if you endure chastening, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons, for what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if you be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons? So, you know, when you apply your mind and you grow in wisdom and you start going through things, you know, you start to deal with trials and tribulations, different experiences, different predicaments that the Lord will put you through to see, you know, test your faith, man. And, you know, you have to understand that this is a part of this walk. This is a part of being prudent. It's a part of having understanding. It's to understand what the Lord is doing and having that spiritual eye within that moment, man, because it's going to be for your benefit. You don't know if it'll be a benefit the next week, the next day, the next hour, next month, next year. But we know it's for a specific time. You know, it's for a specific time. And that time is what? Right now, we're approaching it. In the end times, Jacob's trouble. All these spiritual, prophetic events that's supposed to be happening, that are coming to pass. We have to prepare our minds for it, man. So we have to look at our light affliction and our chastisement, and still have that spiritual mind and spiritual discernment to understand this is what we're a part of, man. This is something for our benefit, man. You know. Let me see. Psalms 119. Let me see. We'll go back. Psalms 119. And Salak. Let me see. Try to find the scripture. Hold on. Here we go. Psalms 119 and 71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. And that's right. That's why I said when you get chastised, you get afflicted. You know, you go through things and it teaches you things. You know, it prepares you for the next step, for the next part of growth, or for the next event that might come, or trial and tribulation that might come, that the Lord might put you through to see if you can pass it, man. You know, because we got the hour of temptation also coming, which when the MOTB is here. And the Lord is going to test our faith to know how long we will hold on, man. You know, if we won't fold. Look at Job. Look how long Job held on, man. He didn't forsake the Lord. He stayed faithful and true, you know. And these are the things that are beneficial in this walk. Having that spiritual eye, spiritual, you know, mindset of staying, you know, staying in a neutral spirit, you know, not bugging out, not, you know, wavering in your faith, so to speak, you know. But hopefully that was edifying. Until next time, shalom.